Hi there. Keeping with the whole daily December thing, doing things real quick tonight after the live sale. Not a whole lot going on. Just grabbing some food. There we go, that way. Some food, heading home here in just a moment. So I thought I'd do a quick video before I got home, and all the chaos of getting ready for tomorrow and getting some sleep and all that stuff. Not a lot happened today. It was pretty quiet for the most part. Not a lot going on, which is nice. But one thing I did think about today was kind of the proliferation of like fake media posts. Not like, oh, fake news. It's more like somebody posts something that's outrageously fake, and then 1,000 people or so repost it without saying to themselves, maybe I should find out if this is outrageously fake or not. It fits what I think is right, so it must be right. And I find that happening a lot. And I don't want to be mean and say it's mostly the conservative folks in my Facebook universe, but it tends to be that way. Not saying that the more liberal folk also, they do it sometimes as well. Quick and easy ways to determine one way or the other, because today's day and age, everybody's got a website, everybody's got a thing, anybody can post anything. It can be complicated, and you really do have to kind of do your own homework. The quick way I find is just take the headline or the gist of whatever the story is, throw it into Google real quick, and usually in the first page, if not the first few responses or the first few results, you'll find some sort of fact-checking website that's gone through it and either proven it or debunked it. And there, they'll give you all the facts behind it. Sometimes it's what was really said, or records of things that didn't actually, things showing that events didn't occur the way they've been reported or being said. Usually it's a lot of opinion pieces of just tweets from random people, or even people with that have been verified, but you don't know who they are. Usually pundits and things, or people maybe attributing to pundits, or someone's photoshopped something from someone. So there's a lot to deal with. And I find that's what I do. If I find something like, that doesn't sound right, go to Google, throw it in. Sometimes the first few responses are, fake posts of the information being posted other places, perhaps where the person found it, or somebody else found it and thought, oh, surely this is real, I gotta go with it. And then eventually you'll find, or just go to your debunking websites. I go to PolitiFact, or that usually there, Snopes too, depending on what you're doing. And you'll find out pretty quick whether there's any information or any factual evidence to support what the person has posted. There was one comes to mind, that somebody posted once. It was like, oh man, it's been a while too, but it stands out because seems just so out there as far as it went. It was along the lines of, it was a news story about how Nancy Pelosi was taking down this "In God We Trust" sign at the Capitol or whatever, and that the history of the sign went all the way back to Benedict Arnold, who gave it to George Washington to say that he was sorry for betraying America. And then it ended up, they still executed Benedict Arnold or whatever, and it ended up being stored away at the White House, where Abraham Lincoln found it one day in storage and took it out and put it on display. And from there, it's been ever since, or something like that. And now Nancy Pelosi, blah, 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 blah. I mean, come on. Really? Anyway. But yeah, it's really easy to look up things like, if they say, oh yeah, there's a bill for this. You can look up the number of the bill or whatever, and you'll find that maybe it's not that at all, or something along those lines. My favorite way to figure out if something's true or not is, especially with Facebook, is when someone shares something. You can click on the original post and go to where it originated, the original person that shared whatever the thing is. Or whether it's a picture, a meme of some sort, or just a regular post, something they've typed out. And you can go there, and depending on how widespread it is, you just click on the original post, brings it up, and you'll start finding people that in the original post have sat there and said, this isn't true, this is all lies, there's no facts, here's what really happened, here's what's really going on, that sort of thing. Someone will have already done the work for you. And it's, to me, what the fun part is, like, I can do that, and then I'll look at the posts that are saying, like, that are right there, like one or two posts down or whatever now, because they've been so responded to and everything. They've kind of, they're more relevant or whatever. And it's like, you look at it and it's like, this was debunked like 6 weeks ago, and the person just posted it today, so they themselves could have clicked on the original article and been like, well, let me see if it's really true or not, and then found out, no, it's absolutely not true. And you get varying responses when you comment on someone's thing, showing, linking to like actual source material, actual truth. I've had people where they're like, oh, thanks, and they'll take it down. Or I've had people that just kind of leave it up, whatever. Or people are like, oh, well, the thought or the sentiment is the same, so it's okay. And it's just like, no. See, lying is bad. Spreading lies is even worse. But knowingly spreading lies is like super duper bad. Oh, man. Oh, this is why politics is horrible, because it's mostly political crap all over the place. It's just both sides. And it's just like, guys, there's so much more to deal with and so much more we should be doing than sniping each other and being so partisan and crazy about stuff. Now, I know there are serious things in the news that we have to handle, and there are serious things we've got to deal with. And it's just, but there are moments in politics especially where you just kind of look at it and go, this is really just grandstanding, where it's like, look at me, I'm making a point, as opposed to, hi, I'm here with a solution that we should kind of discuss and figure out what we want to do to help fix the problems. Or prevent the problem from happening again. The simple, straight to the point stuff. Or finding out the truth of the matter. And so, that's as you watch the things that have gone with it, the current impeachment hearings and things like that, you get at that from both sides. And it's just one of those things where it's just like, oh, why are we even, because everybody gets their say. And so you're like, so 5 more minutes of this person, 5 more minutes of the next person, and we're just going to go back and forth, and so you have to be diligent, unfortunately, in this day and age, because the liars are getting really good at lying and making it look like truth. So be careful out there. And you know what? I find that if you have someone in your feed where it's like all they are political posts, and all they are fake political posts, and all they are just stuff where it's just like, it's just, that's all they are. That's kind of like, I could do without that. Just snooze them. They don't know. You just click on the little right thing and you click snooze for 30 days or whatever. And then you don't see their post for 30 days. And that's like, but what if they post something cute with kittens or something? It's like, I think you're going to be all right. Because there are some people that, I kind of tolerate where it's like, all right, I'll still list your post because you're blah, blah, and I need to see, I'd like other things you post. So I'll put up with your craziness to get to the normal stuff. And I discovered you can actually also, in the top right corner of the post, you can sometimes, if it's a shared link of some sort or a shared article or something like that, you can actually snooze the source that they're quoting, or that they're sharing from. So that's another way to help kind of help make things less bananas in your Facebook feed. That was a very nice discovery, and I got to do a little bit more again and again, because things are always changing. Sites and things are always popping up that are just so pro their viewpoint that they'll say anything to get it across, whether it's embellishing fact or outright just kind of making things up as they go along. Yeah. That's the easy way to figure it all out, is just pretty much just Google, and also click on the original post and read just a moment. And it would help if people just did that before they posted. Like, okay, let me check this. Before I share this, let me just make sure. Especially when you don't recognize the website. Or it's like, that sounds almost like a news site, but it's slightly different. Because that's an easy way for them to make it sound legitimate, when it really, really isn't. And as a journalism major, broadcast journalism, in fact, it's interesting to see what journalism was at one point when I was in college and kind of what it's become. Because a lot of it is opinion as opposed to fact and non-biased reporting, because there's not a lot of non-biased reporting. I'll get some moans and groans and cries as a socialist or whatever if I tell you I listen to NPR, but really, NPR is like the way to go. Public radio, surprisingly, whenever you look at studies that are done on, your left and right leaning news organizations, like CNN and Fox and all that stuff, you find that NPR usually comes out on top, or like right in the middle, or the top of whatever they're doing. The reason is, it's just fact. It's facts. They'll have someone on maybe to give facts about the situation. It could totally be on one side or the other. But then they'll either have someone else from the other side to get the other side, pardon me, or they'll ask the person they're talking to questions from the other side to kind of have them kind of rebut and refute the arguments of the other side. It's one of those things where it's like, it's all fact. It's done really well. I mean, honestly, I listen to it a lot only because it's whenever I want to know what's really going on, it gives me everything I want to know, as well as kind of news of the world as well. Because it was explained to me really very well that news here in America is really provincial. It's all about what's going on locally, as far as in the country, in the state, that sort of thing. Because there's just a lot going on, obviously. But it also gives you kind of the world view when you listen to NPR, and you kind of get that what's happening with like Brexit and how insanely messed up that is. And not only just the situation gridlock that it has, but also what the different aspects of it really mean, because we don't really go over that over here as much as we're just like, they're mad about Brexit still and haven't done it yet, don't know what's going to happen. Where they're like, well, if you live in Ireland, it's one thing, because then you have a hard border or a soft border, we don't know. And then how does that affect the rest of the EU? And if you're these people, it's going to affect it greatly, because you won't be able to get your goods into market in time, before they all just rot and fall away on sitting at the border waiting. It's like, oh, wow, okay. So, anyway, it's a lot of in-depth and behind the headline stuff that really is really informative, and I really appreciate that. If you have a news source that you enjoy and find very informative and entertaining or whatever, post it in the comments below. I'm always looking for new things to try and check out. It'd be kind of cool. For me, it's npr.org, NPR, nationalpublicradio.org. You can get your news and entertainment there. You can listen live. You can watch whatever impeachment hearing is going on at the time, because it just seems like it's never going to end. We're getting ready for that. Can't wait for the... Oh, man. Anyway. But yeah. Share what news organizations or resources, websites, periodicals, that's newspapers for you kids out there, and magazines, I think. Is it still magazines? I can't remember. But anyway, what sources you take for your information gathering that you do, and how you form your opinion, and how you find the facts that you use to form your opinion. I find that forming my opinion based on someone else's opinion, it's kind of like a dilution of the whole thing, because the further you get away from the fact, the more it can change. See, I didn't name any names, I didn't do anything bad, I did really well. I wasn't sure if I'd get through it without saying so-and-so and such and such. Anyway, hope you're doing well, hope you're staying warm. I'm going to turn the heat back on now, and finish up my burger, and then I'm going to go home, get some sleep, go back to work. For my next to last day of work, there's an employee potluck. It's going to be exciting. And then Saturday is the employee holiday party somehow. And then after that, I'm done for the year. Woo. Anyway, that was awkward. And since I don't edit these, it's going to be there because I don't want to redo this. It's been 13 minutes, so I got to go. But anyway, I hope you're warm and safe and well fed and having a good day. I hope your winter holidays, whatever you celebrate, is going well for you. Just know that you're not alone if you're feeling lonely this holiday season. I know that's kind of a flippant throwaway comment, but really, if you're out there and alone, just don't be afraid to kind of reach out to your friends, family, especially your problems with your family. That reach out to your friends, just let them know. If they're really friends, they'll understand. Anyway, again, have a great day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this, and try Daily December. I know I'm a rambling mess, but you might be the next star that we're looking for. Well, just start off with diary entries, just like how your day went, what you're thinking, how you're reacting to things going on. Nothing complicated, nothing too crazy. Trainer Jody, who I've mentioned and I follow and all that, really good at ideas for videos, and just the really general encouragement for doing this, because Daily December is intimidating, especially when you're not used to doing it every day or at all, in my case. And it's all about, learning to take the time, trying to gather your thoughts on something to say, and I'm still working on that. I got the rest of December to get really good. Don't worry. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, give it a shot. I think you'll learn a lot more about yourself than you think. It's fun than just a regular Facebook post or like just a few words or like a meme. Let your friends and family know that you're okay and you're doing all right, and they get to kind of see you. You get all sorts of comments. I mean, almost nobody's watching these for me, and that's okay. I'm learning more about myself, so it's all right. I'm having fun, and I hope you are too. Anyway, I rambled enough, and I hope you're doing well, and we'll talk to you later. Well, I'll talk to you later because there's just me. Anyway.